into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your soon-to-be two-time champs and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is!
You might be asking yourself, tonight on the Monday Night Raw After Show right here on AFTERBUZZ TV, there has to be a panel, but who?
Who
is on the panel? Well, I'll tell you right now, y'all. Welcome, everybody. I am at Jay Quasto on the Twitter, Jonny Loquasto in yo face. The two people on the panel tonight. There is no hobo. He, unfortunately, is a busy man.
There is a hobo. He's just not here.
Right. There is no hobo on this show.
No hobo.
Yeah, there is no hobo.
No hobo.
He is at the Wrestle Center helping wrestlers get better, or wannabe wrestlers get better. And
they are wrestlers, not wannabes.
Well, no. Sometimes they have brand new people at the Wrestle Center. So, when you're brand new, you want to be something you train.
Okay.
Just saying. There's both. I don't know. And Ty Matthews is somewhere. We don't know where he's at. He's
Cupcakes got him again.
Yeah, he got the damn cupcakes. Got him last week. Actually, no. Hobo got hit by the cupcake. Yeah. By the way, watch out. To end the show last week, Cathy knocked out Hobo with a cupcake. So just a heads up.
So you're telling me there's a cupcake that's coming my way?
Possibly. That's what we're hoping for.
Maybe.
So we'll see what happens. That gentleman right there, he is a friend of the show. It's good to finally have him back. You can find him on Twitter at Nat Baimel. Very funny dude in Wrestling Encyclopedia. He's Nat Baimel dancing like Big E.
What's going on, everybody? This is very hard to do in a wheelchair.
It's not easy to do. And that lady right there is the crown jewel of the Raw AfterBuzz show. She's having a hard time getting on Periscope, unfortunately.
No, I was trying to get on chat through my phone because our internet sucks. But I'm sorry, guys. We really wanted to be on chat tonight.
We're trying to get on live chat. Unfortunately, it's a struggle.
Cathy Kelley.
At Catherine Kelley on Twitter. She's Cathy Kelley, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah.
I also wanted to shout out. Can I do it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
You too.
So I got my last birthday gift, hopefully, because I have been celebrating for like 2 weeks now. But Clement W., thank you so much for sending.
He sent you some stuff. Clement.
He sent me a ton of stuff. He sent me Star Wars lightsaber chopsticks.
No.
What?
Some Star Wars cookie cutters, which I didn't bring. And then
you got a stack down game?
Stack down game. And quite possibly the best birthday card ever. I'm going to embarrass myself right now because it's a few of my favorite things.
Oh, hell no. Did he make this?
He had an illustrator make... Yeah. So it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Minions and pizza and tacos and Finn Balor.
What? Oh,
I love it, and it
God.
just makes me giggle.
This is unbelievable. I think Dale Rutledge would probably love this birthday card.
Yeah.
Think about it. Unbelievable.
It's so cute.
You know what's funny? Clement W. we just messaged each other. He's been helping me out. He's been making like little banners for me, and he's gonna make a flyer for me as well. So shout out to...
Thank you so much. I'm so happy.
Follow him right now, at the Clement W. If you want someone who's a good graphic artist who could make you a t-shirt design or a web design or a banner for Facebook or Twitter, he will do it for you. And apparently, he'll get you a badass birthday gift. So party on. That's incredible.
I can't wait to go home and play the Stack Down.
Well, I think we should break it out right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why not? We'll just we'll do a little bit of both. We'll multitask.
Awesome.
That's not fair for me in the booth. I want to play with that thing too.
James, just come on in, bro. There's an extra seat for you. We'll know when to finish. We'll figure it out.
Live vicariously through us.
That's right. So Monday Night Raw came to us from Boston. It was a bit of a wicked pissa. So Paul Heyman.
Boss
Town. There it was.
Yeah.
Boss Town. Starting off with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar hitting the ring, and pretty typical stuff here, according to Paul Heyman at least. Brock's going to take off The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. Boston Suplex City, a couple video packages here, and then of course at Hell in the Cell, this will be the last time Undertaker and Brock will fight, and mine eyes have seen the glory of the conqueror, my lord, and that's Brock Lesnar. So nothing new from Paul Heyman, but it's Paul Heyman.
I did notice Brock Lesnar had a new Go to Hell Tour t-shirt. And can I just say from experience, tour t-shirts do not age well at all.
No, they don't.
They do not. I have a Korn and Limp Bizkit Family Values 99 tour shirts.
I give you credit for admitting that.
I thought it would last forever.
The tour sure as hell didn't. Neither did the bands. And so, Paul Heyman says that, and next thing you know, Big Show's music hits. Now let's talk about this match at MSG Saturday night.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I'm glad it went that quick, and I like how Big Show chokeslammed him 3 times. He kept hopping back up, and then Brock Lesnar kicked his ass.
It's all you needed.
I mean, Suplex City to Big Show. Even though we knew it was going to happen, still did not think that it could happen.
How a 7-foot man of his stature is able to flip over like that is beyond me. I give him all the credit in the world. I mean, I really enjoyed that match. I don't care that it was that short. I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
It set up Lesnar to be dominant, and it still made Big Show still looked pretty cool as well. I thought it was really fun.
It was awesome that this was on the network because essentially it was just a house show.
It was a house show that turned into a pay-per-view, I guess, if you want to call it.
Well, not really a pay-per-view because it was just network exclusive.
Well, aren't all the pay-per-views? Oh, wait,
No.
Johnny, don't you know anything?
No, I don't. I know nothing.
Do you know how much the
You're
network
like John
costs?
Snow.
I do know that it costs a penny under $10.
$9.99.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
we're free 99 here at AfterBuzz, so make sure to rate, subscribe, and comment on iTunes. How's
Make it
that for a
happen.
plug?
Make it happen, y'all. So, yes, Big Show says he was this close to beating you at MSG, Brock Lesnar. But I'm going to be the bigger man and shake your hand. He puts his hand out. Brock walks right by him and smirks. Big Show says he's obnoxious and said he hopes he loses to The Undertaker. And that's when Lesnar gets back in the ring. A little bit of Bailey to belly action, a suplex, and then F5. What do you think, Nat?
I mean, it was basically just like, hey, for everybody who doesn't have the network, this is a little piece of what you missed. Go buy the network.
Who doesn't have the network at this point?
Also, I really like the fact that Brock Lesnar apparently watches the show because he knew immediately not to shake Big Show's hand because I know how you turn heel on a whim. So, not going to happen.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we're going to do the live read as soon as I get some internet connection. As soon as I get some internet connection, we're going to... but anyways, yeah, that is a great point. But, I mean, you know that Undertaker's still got to be the heel here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they flat out said, it's like, you had to low blow me to beat me. He didn't have to low blow you.
Yes.
I was wondering if that was something that the writers and creative team wanted or if that was something that just naturally kind of happened because they have been doing, this thing lately where the fans dictate the fans are either for or against someone and then that, whether they're face or heel, could change based on fans' reactions. Mm-hmm. I never thought that Taker would be heel. I never thought we'd see that day.
But I mean, also, I think between the two of them, just because like Brock Lesnar's been, he hasn't been around a lot this year, but he's been around more than The Undertaker has, and he's been awesome. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Undertaker shows up and, kicks him in the balls, and all of a sudden he's just like, we're not supposed to cheer for that.
Yeah.
It's dirty pool, old man.
I know, but...
Too many low blows.
Too many low blows.
It becomes dirty. I think it's a little odd we're doing Hell in a Cell. Didn't you think this would wait until Survivor Series, perhaps?
I thought it was going to wait till WrestleMania, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes you wonder... I don't know. I really thought we'd see Taker at Survivor Series. That's where he debuted.
And it was also weird that they set this up, like, on the last pay-per-view, just in between matches. They just showed this weird little vignette of, like, Brock Lesnar's Go to Hell tour, and it culminates with a main event, like, trilogy clincher between him and Undertaker.
I didn't even remember that.
Now off to the Intercontinental title match.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of a setup, but, I mean... I think people are kind of wondering how much more time Taker has in him, and so maybe that's why they pushed it up or made it faster than WrestleMania.
I'm guessing they probably thought of a different opponent for him at WrestleMania, and so they're just trying to get it out of the way.
Do you think we're now leading towards Sting and Taker?
Honestly, after the last pay-per-view, I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know what Sting. Have we heard anything about? Is he good? Okay. I haven't heard any update.
We haven't, no.
Okay. I don't know.
It was scary to watch, and I honestly don't want to watch him wrestle again. I was happy he had his matches in WWE.
The match was fantastic up until he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he finished it like an old pro would.
He definitely did. But yeah, so Taker versus Brock at Hell in a Cell. It's shaping up to be a lot of fun. We'll get into more of that as the show goes along here. Backstage, Seth is complaining to Steph, saying Big Show is supposed to be my partner tonight against the Dudleys. Let's call the match off. And Steph is like, well, you're the man. You'll figure it out. Boom. Babyface Steph.
Maybe. I don't know what her deal is.
Who knows? We didn't even see. We saw Triple H for like 3 seconds tonight.
That is true. Anyways, that was that segment.
Yeah, there was that. On a 3-hour Raw, there's a lot of segments where it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this week, the past couple weeks have been like iffy.
Yeah.
Like there's some awesome segments, and then there's some segments that could do without.
Well, you know what is awesome? DraftKings. Here we go, guys. Your season-long fantasy football team may be going strong, but you don't have to wait till week 16 to get paid. You can get paid every week, every 7 days. Hell, you can make a living. You can quit your job. I'm not saying you should do it, but you can. You can put your fantasy skills to the test every single week at DraftKings.com. It's America's favorite fantasy football site every single week. No long commitments, no season-long things. If someone's injured, don't worry about it. Every single week you draft a new team. It's a lot of fun, and people make millions of dollars, Cathy.
You don't even have to have any friends to win.
No, you could be an internet troll and be a millionaire. You could be me. Except I don't win millions.
Oh.
But you can.
I heard you're doing really well in the fantasy league, though.
Oh, no, I'm doing okay in fantasy, but that's a couple $100. Fantasy, though.
Early retirement.
Fantasy. Yeah, but DraftKings, you can win $1 million for crying out loud. You can turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Just pick your players, pile up the points, pick up the cash, and that's it. And it's not fantasy as per usual. It's DraftKings. So you know what, guys? Go to DraftKings.com.
And you could win millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Welcome to the big time. So go to DraftKings.com right now. Use the promo code GEEK for a free shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter GEEK for free entry now at DraftKings.com. That is DraftKings.com, y'all.
And that's GEEK.
That's right. That's right.
Spell here.
All right, first match of the evening. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton taking on the Wyatt family. It's pretty much a melee nonstop. More action outside the ring than inside the ring. Strowman and Ambrose right over the barricade. And then Orton hits the RKO on Harper, spear by Reigns. Really cool ending.
Yeah.
Can we take a moment to just talk about Braun Strowman's cleavage?
It's a low cut.
It's a very low cut tank he's got going. Yeah. And it is just perfectly accentuated in his upper pectorals.
Is it American Apparel? What do you think?
No.
Okay. They went bankrupt, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, just last night they announced it. I guess those creepy ads just didn't pay off.
Yeah.
Heroin chic.
Well, Braun Strowman, some people just like to show off their man boobs.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, if I had
boobs.
I'm very jealous of them.
Yeah.
I also want to know where you even get a shirt that low cut. Because I have like a series of tank tops, but they're very much restricting for me, you know?
Yeah. Maybe you need like a deep V. Like a real deep V.
But he's got like a U though. That's the other thing about it. It's not even a V. It's just a straight up like umlaut above it and everything. It's like the Uber logo on his chest.
Wow. That's a good reference.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of Uber, no, I don't know. We're not sponsored by them.
Do you want a discount? No. This match was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the ending. Roman Reigns with the spear on Harper for the win. And at Hell in a Cell, we're going to have Reigns taking on Bray Wyatt. I mean, that match last week on Raw was amazing.
It was so good. Yeah. That was such a way to not only end the show with a bang, but it builds up like the younger guys. That's what I'd rather see, is the new generation of people. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's just because I've only been watching a few years, but I feel like that's much more interesting to me every single week than some of the vets coming in.
And if there's any match that fits the Hell in a Cell, it'd be these two.
Yeah.
So
I still want to see some. Obviously, he is excellent on the mic, but some more like character development or some kind of shift in Bray Wyatt. Because I think that the most interesting thing in the last several months has been Braun Strowman being added to the Wyatt family.
Yeah. It's hard because when you got a character, he's got so many levels to him.
He's so good, but we've said this in weeks past. I feel like it's like all of his promos, they're excellent, but they sound the same.
That's my question, is he's got so many levels to him, where else can he take it? That's the question that I have.
Babyface. I mean, that's the only thing I can see that would like sort of freshen him up, just because ever since he debuted, it's been sort of the same thing again and again and again. And he has good matches every now and then. And like when you see him in a new feud, it's exciting at first, but then it's always just kind of the like, you done it now, Sonny Jim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come for you. It's like just okay, we sort of get the point. But like him as a babyface, great. Let's see that. Let's see an agent of chaos that does good. Instead of
he
evil.
could be a white hot babyface. It's interesting. He still never won a title.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think that it's one of those things with him. He put all of his best stuff first. And so we didn't, on the main roster, we didn't really get to see him develop. We saw that in NXT. But when you have that really strong moveset, you have those strong promos, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's true. I remember when they first came out, it was like an event.
My gosh, yeah. And it's still, every time I'm in an arena and his music hits and the lights go off and the cell phones go on, it's just electric.
I forget exactly when they debuted. I don't know if you guys remember.
It was right before SummerSlam 2013, because I remember I was actually at that one, and it was like his first like real big match.
Yeah, and wasn't Raw in Anaheim right after SummerSlam? Mm-hmm. I went to Raw in Anaheim, and I remember it was right after they debuted, and I remember for some reason I was out, not in the stands, and all of a sudden I heard it get dark, and I heard the music.
You heard it get dark?
I heard it get dark. I'm very, very perceptive.
Yeah.
Many senses in my brain. I ran in just to see their entrance. His entrance, I should say.
And I mean, their debut was so great just because all the vignettes they were showing ahead of time, where there was like those like creepy little videos, like House of a Thousand Corpses, things cutting in and out with this weird murderous cult in the woods. And it like almost kind of ruined a lot of their mystique the more we just see them just stand around talking all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, when you have, the editing department is amazing. They should win awards every year.
Every single year.
Yeah, shout out to everyone that works for the editing department. They work long hours and probably never sleep, and they're really, really good. But I'm with you. I mean, I think it's a matter of time for him to have a face turn. But the question is,
I don't know if it's a face turn. I just want to see maybe add another move or something different.
Question is like how many good heels are there?
Or maybe he starts struggling with one of the guys in the Wyatt family. He's never turned on one of them.
Well,
they did have some time when they were apart, but
Rowan kind of. Well, then again, Rowan kind of turned on them.
Yeah, like he set them free. It wasn't even like they were dissatisfied with him. It was just, you're free now.
Yeah.
And then they just came back.
Yeah.
If he is this like channeling some cult leader, then wouldn't they sometimes be like they want to be in that position because they crave power? So if they find someone like maybe Braun Strowman, he's worried that since Braun Strowman is so strong and so powerful that he could overtake him, so he starts having these like jealousy issues with him. And
I assume that'll start happening once Braun Strowman is able to have like a good match on his own. All of a sudden he's starting to get a little cocky.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how long that takes. But yeah, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Hell in a Cell. That's one I'm looking forward to, especially with what they did on the Raw last week. Sheamus taking on Neville in a rather quick match. Bad news Barrett, King Barrett. Bad news King Barrett. He's on commentary. Sheamus calls Neville a leprechaun and a loser, and he calls himself a winner. Neville attacks. Barrett says, "Oh, he shouldn't have attacked like that. That's not sportsmanlike. I'm going to go say hi to him." And he goes to distract him. Next thing you know, bro kick for the win. Bam, Sheamus. Anyone?
I don't understand. I just don't. I mean, he bro kicks him. He looks at him. He leisurely saunts around the ring. He drops to a knee as if he were to propose, thinks better of it, and then drops to his other knee, and then pins him. Yeah. And that was the match.
That was not the first, but the last proposal we'll see for the evening.
Yeah, foreshadowing. But I literally, in my notes, I just wrote, and I quote, fart noise. I don't know why they would just decide, it's like, oh yeah, let's just like take a dump all over Neville, because he doesn't need to worry about getting any momentum at this point in his early fledgling main roster career.
Yeah. I mean, what is this setting up anyway? Is it setting up Sheamus and Barrett?
Setting up Barrett and Neville. Which we've seen already a million times.
Do we need to set up anything with Sheamus?
That's my question. What the hell is he doing?
Holding on to that briefcase still.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I enjoyed at MSG how Rusev just got in Sheamus's face. I felt it was weird, but it was fun to see.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but
I like it when heels don't get along. It makes sense. They're both not good people, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have to cohabitate?
It was weird because after MSG, I wanted to watch more wrestling an hour later.
Really? Oh my God, I got it. Cathy Kelley, y'all. That was a good one.
Thanks.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, Chinese food.
Yes. You're hungry an hour later.
I got it.
And you don't feel good anyways.
Yeah.
All right, next, it's Kane. He apologizes. He's in the ring. He apologized for being a bit slow. He's got an ankle. He's got a walking boot on for his left leg that got injured last week. It says Seth got carried away, and he needs a partner tonight. It should be me. That's when Seth comes out. He says no, and he says him and Tom Brady have deflated balls. Heel pop.
That's like several months too late of a joke.
I just imagine
Still effective in Boston.
I just imagine Vince McMahon like having a conniption fit of laughter in the back. Balls, he said.
Yeah.
Because they're like testicles, like my grapefruits. But Tom Brady did that.
They're deflated. Yep. Got a big pop.
Big pop.
Big time. And he says, Kane, you're not going to be my partner. I'm not going to deal with your mind games. And Kane says that he doesn't think Seth sees the man that likes the man that he sees in the mirror. And it's my job as director of operations to bring the best out of you. That's when Steph hits the ring. And she says, I'm tired of you guys fighting. She puts over Tom Brady big time. I guess she likes the Patriots. Front runner. And she says Seth isn't a team player. And in Hell in a Cell, it's going to be Seth versus the Demon, that damn Demon, for the World Heavyweight Championship. And tonight he can team with Seth Rollins. But if the Monster Kane doesn't win at Hell in a Cell, then Corporate Kane will be relieved of his duties. The plot thickens.
Two things I took out of this. One, Stephanie saying that the Patriots are going to win their second straight Super Bowl and they deserve it is probably the greatest single heel move since Snitsky punted a baby into the audience. Because I mean, like, yeah, I gotta like face pop in that crowd, but everywhere else in the country.
But that doesn't matter because what the crowd feels, I feel like, dictates a lot of what the audience feels.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a really big sports guy, but I just imagine like anybody
I think anyone that's not a
outside the
Patriots
Northeast
fan
hates
would
the Patriots.
be mad, but for the most part, if you hear a cheer in the crowd, you're going to get happy. If you hear someone booing, you're going to know that you hate it.
I can tell you this, though, as football, anyone who doesn't love the Patriots hates the Patriots because they cheat and they win, and it's annoying.
They lie, cheat, and steal?
They lie, cheat, and steal. They're Los Patriots.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed is I think Stephanie McMahon really needs to get new theme music. Because it's so weird. Like,
it sounds like a Divas music.
Yeah, well, she always interrupts people to like make a statement, but it's weird. It says like they have these two grown men threatening to send each other to the depths of hell, and all of a sudden you hear like club R&B. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, oh, sweet, I left my Long Island in the back. Let me just try to get that.
I used to like her old music, the All Grown Up, but obviously she can't do that anymore. But
I forgot about that music. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. If Kane doesn't win, then Kane is relieved of his duties.
I mean, then only Demon Kane will just be the only one running around, I guess.
I guess so. Moving on backstage, Seth Rollins complaining to Triple H. And Triple H says, let me give you some advice that I learned a long time ago. Do unto others before they can do unto you. Seth is like, oh, thanks, Pops. Good advice. And he walks away. Paige versus Natalya, in my opinion, match of the night.
This was really good.
Yeah.
I am so glad that this was on Raw.
Hell yeah, and I'm glad that
glad that Natty's back. One.
Yep.
These two are women that have grown up in the industry. They were born with it. I don't even know. There are probably like 10 things I could say about this, but
go on. I'm keeping count.
I loved it. 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 It was great.
Great wrestling. A lot of holds. They took their time. They actually wrestled. It was great. Counter after counter, crisp moves, and Paige hits her old finisher, and there's a kick out, and Natty locks in the sharpshooter for the win. Wow.
Paige tapped out real fast, though.
Yeah.
For what I thought that she would.
It's a very painful maneuver.
Yeah.
PTO. Paige tapped out.
It was taught in the dungeon. That's a painful move.
Yeah. Also, she's an expert at it.
She is.
Not like Cesaro. He's doing it as a tribute. He doesn't know the intricacies of the move.
Natty knows.
Yeah.
But wow, I was surprised not only that Natty won, but that she won, like you said, it was a quick tap.
Yeah.
Awesome match. So good.
I also like that Paige is back to being anti-diva.
Yep.
As she was before. It's a great fit for her.
Agreed. So I wonder if this is are they gonna move off into their own little separate feud, perhaps?
Honestly, like, I love it just because Natty's been great. They haven't been using her for whatever reason for the longest time. All of a sudden, she showed up. She had a great match. She won. Another person in the division.
I mean,
we can have more than just like the 3 teams going on. We can have her in the mix. We can throw a whole bunch of people. It's
her
very
and Paige,
exciting.
the chemistry. Tonight was Natty's match to be like, hey, I can still go, and I can do it in my sleep.
0 ring rust, and not that she really took any time off, because I'm sure she was down at NXT helping people or whatever.
Yeah,
but
plus,
she's been doing it for so long. But the fact, I mean, this storyline, like, it feels kind of real, where it's the person who's been the mentor to all of these girls for years, Natty, and then you have this girl who's kind of being a brat, Paige, and she's putting her in her place.
20.
So 22, 23.
23, yeah.
Is she younger than Sasha? No, she's got to be older.
They're
than
same
Sasha.
age.
They're about
I
the
think.
same age.
Yeah.
Good
I think
Lord.
Paige is a little bit older.
And Natty's probably at least 30.
Probably.
Yeah. So I mean, it is like a motherly versus,
Yeah. A lot of talent on the roster right now, and if they can just like utilize it correctly, it'll be a real renaissance.
I think a match like tonight really pushed towards that renaissance. When you have all this young, talent that's now on the main roster, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I forgot Natty's still one of the best. And just the
I didn't forget it.
of course you didn't forget it. But the chemistry they had everything was fast and crisp, and just even the way she locked in the sharpshooter at the end, it was done so well. Loved it. Match of the night.
Yeah.
Although the 6 Diva tag was also fantastic, but just for the outcome of this match and what I think it can mean to Natty.
The fact that we get to say that is so awesome.
It's really great.
Yeah, no doubt. Really good stuff.
And the promo for the Iron Woman match. Did you see that? I was like, I am so excited for that. And then, like, I didn't think that I could get more excited, and then I was. And it's only a couple days away.
This is why I'm glad I have the network on my phone. I have a flight at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday, which means I could watch, I'm assuming TakeOver is 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
That means I could pretty much watch all of TakeOver while I'm boarding. And I think by the time we take off, I think TakeOver might be over. I could probably watch almost all of it going through all my...
Buy Wi-Fi if it's not.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing that free LAX Wi-Fi. I'm all over it. All over it.
Or
Can't wait to watch it.
Buy it.
Be sitting in my Uber just watching wrestling. Can't beat it.
I haven't been on the show in a while. Who cried during Bayley versus Sasha?
Oh, man. Hey, you're a good
All
man.
3 times I watched it.
You're a good man.
All 3 times.
I was sitting by myself, so I was bawling like a baby.
That match. Talk about a story. And we talked about, I don't think you've been on the show since that match, but we talked about how, like, Sasha has the ring awareness and the ring knowledge of a 40-year-old, 15-year vet.
I mean, she's been doing it for a long time. Yeah. She said in interviews that she's wanted to do this since she was 5 years old.
Right, but she's only less than 5 years in.
Yeah.
Which is dumbfounding. And then she's been at it for a while. I mean, she did a couple tapings even with us at Championship Wrestling back when she was Davina Rose. Years, like, probably we're going on 4 years ago. So she's come a long way too. But man, can't say enough about it. I don't even know what other matches are on Wednesday, because that's the only one I really... Like, what else is happening?
It's the semifinals of the
Dusty Rhodes
Classic.
And the finals.
Yeah. People are going to get mad that we're talking about NXT, even though I love it.
Well, we're talking about Divas, and Sasha's part of the roster. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Revolution.
All right. And honestly, what happened on Raw that we should talk about?
Ryback.
Yes, him and he says, Kevin Owens, I am the lion, you are my prey, and I'm closer to ripping you to shreds. It's feeding time. Then Kevin Owens eats Sin Cara
Loved it.
really quick, and as he's about to powerbomb Kalisto, Ryback with the save.
See, like, I love a good squash every now and then, just to remind us.
It's necessary.
Yeah.
It's squash season, too.
Is it? Oh, Chinese food. I still did it.
Kind of. Not a Chinese food
fall.
reference, but it's a fall reference.
I'm still stuck on the MSG thing.
No, it was brilliant.
stuck.
It was brilliant.
Yeah. No, but I love it. It's a good little squash, which is like, I don't know, like, it's almost hypocritical of me to say I like this squash, whereas like Neville getting squash I didn't like, but I see a lot of like potential in Neville, whereas Sin Cara, he's been around for a long time. He's kind of been relegated to a certain level. Kalisto, like, get him away from Sin Cara, let him fly on his own.
I still think Lucha Dragons have a lot of legs in them.
No, they're good as a tag team. It's just that they've been positioned for so long in such a like menial role that no one's gonna buy them until you start giving them wins.
Sure.
And this wasn't gonna do it, but at the same time, Kevin Owens is your Intercontinental Champion, And, the IC belt's been treated as a joke for so long, all of a sudden, oh, look, he's murdering guys. We got to take this championship seriously all of a sudden.
Oh, the moment Owens got that title, the moment things changed.
Yeah.
It's hard to see them as formidable opponents when there's so many tag teams right now.
I think part of the problem is that there's no, there's no character to them. It's hard when you wear masks.
But even the guys that do have character, like, and it's not hard when you wear masks. Look at Chikara. Like, all of those guys have personality.
But that's a whole other story, and like they're not allowing Lucha Dragons to really show anything.
No, they probably put that on them as wrestlers. Hey, show us something. Like, even if you don't have something written, there have been so many people on the roster who have said that you have to like show them what you have, what you can bring to the table.
That's true. Maybe they're just happy where they are and they're complacent. I don't know.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's a good job.
But no, you could obviously have look at El Generico. I mean, you could have a personality with a mask. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying they haven't shown any of it.
I mean, I think they showed personality. Like, Camacho had a ton of personality, but
yeah,
getting too deep.
He's way better now than he was as, what were they called? The Mexicools?
No.
Wasn't that was their thing?
No, that was Psychosis. That was way back in the day.
I thought Camacho was part of the
Mexican.
What was the thing when Camacho came out with the bicycle?
It was him and
they were called something, were they not?
What? No, Unico is who you're thinking of. Camacho was a different guy.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. That's where live chat would have told me something, but I can't get on live chat.
Spoiler alert, Unico is Sin Cara now.
Yes, exactly. I got him and Camacho.
Camacho is Haku's kid, who's now wrestling in Puerto Rico.
You mean Micah? For TNA?
What?
Is that where he is?
Is that Haku's other kid?
Yeah, because one is in Japan and part of the Bullet Club, and the other one was in WWE and then got released.
Yeah, that's Micah. He was in TNA recently, and he wasn't on Bound for Glory, but he was in TNA. Yeah.
Never mind then.
So, anyways, we're backstage. Stephanie's on her phone. She's busy. New Day comes up and they clap for Stephanie McMahon, and she says she's busy. They keep talking. She's like, "What do you not understand about I'm busy, E?" And I was watching on Saturday, and at Hell in a Cell, it's going to be y'all versus the Dudley Boyz for those tag titles. Clap for that.
That's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Not a tables match, though.
Well,
I want this to go
every
to
match with the Dudley Boyz tables match.
I want this to go to Survivor Series.
I assume it will. Just because it's weird because they had a match at the last pay-per-view. Good match, ended all of a sudden out of nowhere with the DQ. MSG show, same exact match, same exact finish.
I love they keep cheating. It's so great.
And now we're just going to have another normal match. And you would think it's like, should we have a stipulation just to make sure it doesn't end in a disqualification again?
Yeah.
Because if it happens like a third time, it's like, okay, now we're going to do the table match.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we'll have more to say about New Day later.
We will. But at Survivor Series, that's when I'm a Survivor Series fan. Growing up as a kid, it was one of my favorite things to do. So I want that to be huge.
Do they bring back Spike Dudley and do an old school Survivor Series actual match where you go elimination style, 3-on-3?
With the tag titles on the line. That's James Frank, everybody. Make sure you get his DVD, The Young Bucks, The Too Sweet Journey at highspots.com. That's a great idea, James.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. 3-on-3 elimination match.
What's Spike Dudley doing these days? I thought he was a high school teacher last I heard.
I don't know, but you don't lose it. It's like riding a bike. And then again, I can't ride a bike, so I'm not one to say. But I'm sure Spike can still do it.
Unico can.
Unico can definitely ride a bike. All right. Moving on. Very lovely tribute to breast cancer survivors by John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Boobs are great.
Yes, absolutely they are. Dudley Boyz and Seth taking on Seth Rollins and Kane. Kane's ankle acting up. Seth having to do a lot of double duty. Kane eventually has to be carried off, but he turns around, smiles as he hits the ramp, which was awesome.
This is just like one of those matches where when they first announced that it was going to happen, I was like, creative is getting really creative with their booking. Mm-hmm. That was weird.
What do you mean?
No,
exactly?
I ended up liking it, but
yeah,
it didn't really make sense as to,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool when he left, and then it became a 2-on-1 match. You had that, you had to go get the table. Seth slides into it. I'm still confused that, was it a DQ?
It was I didn't like the finish just because, so Seth is out there by himself. The Dudleys Jody at the table. They picked it up, and then Seth baseball slides it into them, and that was the DQ, which I didn't think was fair because he was just defending himself. And for you blaming him for that, I think is a form of victim blaming, which is wrong.
Yeah, so you're saying it was a DQ on Seth?
On Seth, yeah. He was just defending his livelihood.
Yeah. So, did they even announce it? I have no idea.
The bell rang.
The bell rang. The next thing you know, it's the Demon Kane! The Demon Kane! He attacks, but a 3D from the Dudleys in retribution from SmackDown this past Thursday. Seth goes after and gets back in Kane's face. That's when Kane chokeslams him through a table.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Brutal.
That's going to be a fun match at Hell in a Cell. I love Kane.
I love Goofy Kane. Well, that's like my only Kane I've ever loved, except for like when he first debuted. Because like they keep trying to put him as scary, but we've just seen him as like kind of a goober for so many years.
You can't take corporate Kane seriously.
Exactly.
And they were trying to make him a serious character for a while, but
Yeah, he looks like someone that would be at like the family picnic of, you know, like some corporation.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know. But when he's like doing like the smiles and then the evil and then the smiles again.
so good.
Or when he was in Team Hell No. Like when he's silly, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's just the best.
I like tonight when he was mentioning to Seth about a poster he has.
Yeah.
You need to face your demons. That's my poster at home. So great. I love what he's doing.
And the fact
Yeah.
that no one else sees it except for Seth.
Yeah.
Just a mind F.
He fooled Ashley from HR last week.
I mean, they're not going to be able to do it, but the thing I'm hoping for ultimately is at the Hell in a Cell match that they have is that he's fighting them, and all of a sudden in the middle of it, Corporate Kane will come out, and they actually have been two people this entire time. I don't know how they'd be able to pull that off, but that would be incredible.
You just have a wrestler with the same build put on the mask.
Yeah. But that would be so good.
Yeah, but where do you go from there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he doesn't win the title and then Corporate Kane loses, or... I don't know. It shouldn't be my job. It should be on
That's
WWE
true.
Creative.
Yeah, I know. It'd be pretty neat to see.
But it'd be a cool spot, so do it.
Yeah. It'd be hard to find someone who looks body-wise exactly like Kane.
Yeah.
So
And also that mask shows part of his face, so...
it does show part of his face. But nonetheless.
Prosthetic face.
Speaking of which, are we going to Hell in a Cell? We should, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought when you were saying, speaking of prosthetic faces, because the Bellas are in the next segment.
Oh, no, but that's a good...
Yeah.
That's a good reach. It's a good reach.
I was about to say, vicious.
We need to go to Hell in a Cell. I should probably look into that somehow.
Yeah.
Do you have tickets yet?
No.
Okay, me neither.
I'm going. And then it's also
think I'm
NXT is
going.
in up north California that weekend.
The, what, Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday, I think. I don't know the dates. I'm going to that too.
NXT's not going to be on this pay-per-view night.
What?
Not on Hell in a Cell night.
Not on Rex Manning Day.
Right.
Anyways.
Okay, we should look into it. We should figure something out.
I need help trying to make a New Day trombone sign that says New Day Rocks that actually moves and slides like a trombone. If anyone out there wants to help me, that is going to be my sign for Hell in the Cell.
That'd be really cool.
James has a tromboner for New Day.
Yeah.
I'll clap to that.
We'll periscope that. All right, it shows earlier today the Bellas arriving at the arena. Nikki rocking a Yankees cap. That's when Team BAD shows up, and Sasha tosses that cap because she's from Boston. That's when we have Sasha, Naomi, and Tamina versus Trace Bellas. They talk smack a little bit back and forth. Sasha puts the boss in Boston. The Bellas cut her off. Nikki calls her overrated. Really, really fun match here. Of course, Sasha ends up going over with the bank statement for the win, setting herself up for the big Iron Man match at TakeOver.
Oh my gosh.
And the crowd was super into it. I was very happy to see.
It should be. It was awesome.
Because, I mean, like, a couple of the Divas, like, 6-person tag matches for a while, like, the crowd just haven't cared. It's just, it's been a weird thing where, like, Paige is in PCB, and then she's not, and then she's just randomly backed into it, and it's just been hard to keep track of and get invested in. Whereas here, it was just, like, it was just a white fire of a match the entire time, and I'm like, yes! Let's be interested in women wrestling.
Can we just take a moment to reflect on how far we've come? Because I remember 2 years ago, musical chairs was the Diva segment of the night.
Oh my God.
And now we're getting 2 incredible matches.
And let us not forget, at many big pay-per-views, it would be like a 10 Diva something match, just so you can get them all in.
Like a Halloween costume match, or Something like that.
I think it was WrestleMania. It was either 25 or 26.
WrestleMania 30, they had to follow Taker Lesnar. It was like 10 of them.
I remember that, but like specifically WrestleMania 25, 26. This is before they had a lot of like really good workers in their roster. And it was just a lot of the models who were like paid to be eye candy.
Oh, back during the Diva Search days.
Yeah, and it was just a big like 10-on-10 match. And I just remember it was an assembly line of them coming in and botching their finisher one after the other, after the other, after the other. Like Kelly would come in, try, fail. And then someone else would come in, try, fail, and it all culminated in Vicky Guerrero doing the hard splash.
Excuse me?
Yeah. And to see all of a sudden now it's like, a few years later, all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're going to be main eventing a special in 30 minutes.
It's so funny during the late 2000s when you look at who actually held the Divas championships at different times. It was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. And it's only going to get better. I mean, NXT works. They get people better. Not everyone makes it through, but the ones that do, they're very good. And even the ones that don't make it through, they're better than when they came. And they go elsewhere and they do great. Look at someone like EC3. He's a freaking star.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who he works for, he's a star. And look at the Knockouts. Some of them were at NXT. Now they're awesome too. So.
I mean, if you think about it, the Performance Center, like being able to train wrestling-wise, being able to weight train, being able to have promo classes, improv classes, all these things.
I would love that.
Not for free, but like
Right.
you're getting paid to do it.
I would love that. If my job was to get better at commentary and work out and eat right.
Who knows how many classes we've been to that we've paid hundreds of dollars for.
I would love to be in that little bubble. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Samesies.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I even lost where we're at. It was fun just going off the cuff here.
Charlotte and Becky.
Backstage, Charlotte and Becky. Charlotte says, I will defend my title against Nikki at Hell in a Cell and prove myself that I am the rightful champion. So that's another great match we got lined up. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
It's not in a cell, is it?
Nah.
Okay. I'd like to see more than one Hell in a Cell match.
There's two.
Okay.
There's Lesnar, Taker, and Roman Wyatt.
And Bray Wyatt.
There you go.
What
Perfect.
about Bell and a cell? No.
Okay. Summer Rae in the ring. She welcomes the Bulgarian brute Rusev to the ring, and she shows a nice video tribute that she made for him, little Ruru. And he says, Summer, at first I did not like you at all, but now I love having you under my arm, which is weird. Having you under my arm? It's interesting. And Summer says, I want to ask you something. She gets down on a knee. She pulls out a ring. And he's like, I don't know what to say. She's like, well, it could be a new beginning for us, and we have more than you ever had with Lana. And that's when Rusev says, yes, but not yet. And then the quote of the night. When I have gold around my waist, you have gold around your finger. Love it. My man, Rusev.
It's amazing.
Killing the game. Just killing it.
He's great at whatever he does.
Yep.
But I just want this storyline to be done.
Well, guess what? It ain't going anywhere because she just proposed.
I love it.
I propose that it ends soon.
Heyo.
I love it. I hope that there's at least one man in this country who saw that, and his girlfriend gives him the whole marriage stink eye, and he says, baby, I'll give you a gold ring when I have WWE gold around my waist.
In other words, we're never getting married. Yeah. Ha!
Don't you squash people's dreams.
Is this the way that Rusev goes face somehow?
I don't know where this story
he's
is going.
funny. Like I like any segment that he's in.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird with Summer. Like I don't even know. She's all over the place.
This whole thing is a soap opera because it's just all over the place. I have no
completely,
idea what's going on, but I love it.
Is this... So Lana's been out about a month. I think she's gone a minimum of 3 months. There's no way they
She started doing press with them though. She was at Madison Square Garden prior doing press with Dolph Ziggler, and like she's there, so why not
She's great
use
for press.
her?
Well, that's my question is, can they stretch whatever this is out? I'm assuming it's going to be some kind of reunion, and then they become like the happy imported baby faces.
But Dolph Ziggler's so heel right now.
Yeah.
Well, technically not.
I mean, yeah, the end of the show he wasn't, but like
As Ty Matthews says, heel ass Ziggler.
so confused. Meh.
I don't know. But I don't know if they can make this last long enough for Lana to come back, because she's not going to be able to do anything physical with her wrist.
Well, marriage is till death do them part.
Well, they haven't gotten engaged yet. it.
Engaged to be engaged.
I'll be honest, I was really hoping that Summer was going to do the Macho Man proposal.
Rusev, will you marry me?
Oh, she did it. She asked him.
And he goes, oh, yes. Rusev Machka, everybody. I don't know where it's going, but anything Rusev does, I'll watch it.
Yeah. I love the guy. The best was, like, I want a GIF immediately of when they just, like, when he was sitting on the ropes to let her out, and they just sort of, like, zoomed in on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And he just had this, like, blank expression, and then just went from, like, I just want that. Just that, like, little hint of, like, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Hot and submissive and obedient Summit. And the main event, John Cena Open Challenge. It's going to start right now. Dolph Ziggler's music hits, but he does not come out. That's because the New Day, they're dragging Ziggler's lifeless carcass out to the ramp. And they said, last week, John Cena, you said get serious. Well, this is serious. So who will challenge you tonight? Who? And it's a big moment on a big show in a big city. Only if we had a big challenger, big reveal in 1,
2,
3.
Big E, y'all! Hell yeah. Old school Tootsie Pop reference. I want to know how many people watching actually remember that commercial.
Crunch.
Well, I mean, their whole, hey, we want some New Day.
Oh my God.
How many people got that reference?
I did, because I'm a 2 Live Crew fan. And you're from Florida. You know all about 2 Live Crew. Yeah. Well, but it's a, yeah. Yeah. That's a 25-year-old reference. Well, the Tootsie Roll thing, I remember that commercial playing when I was a kid, but I think it's a commercial from the 70s. They just kept playing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That was Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved it, though.
Tootsie Roll.
Every week, man, they pull something off. This match didn't last as long as I thought, but I liked it. Big E aggressive early on, kind of a rough belly to belly. Cena launches him over the top rope, but E sends Cena into the steps. That was pretty rough. The referee finally tosses out New Day. A little bit of a distraction, attitude adjustment for the win, and then New Day is... Go ahead.
I'll say this, Big E got like 90% of the offense in that match, which was really cool just because it was like, the entire point of this was to legitimize the New Day because they've been kind of like silly this entire time, but now it's like, no, they're threats. They will beat you up. There's 3 of them. They are scary men. Yeah. And, you know, Big E just kicked the crap out of Cena the entire match, and Cena just barely got it.
Tomorrow.
Big E can gyrate all he wants. He can still kick some ass. That belly to belly looked rough. E landed on his arm. I looked like Cena didn't land on his
landed like right on his neck, shoulder area, but like that's
the neck he had surgery on. Let's not forget that.
Multiple times.
That's the hard part, man. Wrestling is so hard on the neck. Look at Kurt Angle. It's like every time he wrestles, you're just praying.
Yeah.
You're praying everything's okay. But so once again, Cena pulls off the W. New Day assaults him. Ziggler comes down, ends up super kicking Cena. He gets taken out. Dudley's come down. New Day gets the upper hand. Kofi with the Trouble in Paradise. Then their finisher, which I don't know if they... What is it?
I think it was called like the Midnight Ride or something.
Yeah, something.
The Midnight Hour.
That's what it was.
The Midnight Hour to Devon, and New Day stands tall. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
No, this show did a great job of like reestablishing all of the championships and making them all matter because the biggest heels in the roster, according at least to tonight, was the tag team champions.
And they're giving mic time to their strongest mic workers. That's people like Kane, the New Day, and even Seth Rollins is great at playing this character. So there you go. Yeah. And they even when Ryback talked, it was a backstage thing that he probably got to rehearse 90 times, and it was okay. So party on,
dudes.
Yeah. So that was, I don't know, it was enjoyable. I don't know what people think in chat roll. I wish I could talk to you, but hey, thanks for watching though.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun show we had, and I think now it's time to put ourselves over, perhaps. Nat Baimel?
You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on my website, natbaimel.com. And if you're in Arizona, first 2 weekends I'll be at Laughs in Tucson and House of Comedy in Phoenix.
Boomtown, Cathy Kelley.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley, on Instagram at Cathy Kelley, and I'm going to have a video up in the next week or so of the pumpkin beer cupcakes so people can make them at home.
Yeah, and they're delicious, let me tell you that. At Jay Quasto on the Twitter, Wrestling and Padres this week, we're going to have Hurricane Shane Helms on the show, and Nat, I believe you're going to be on the show.
I'll be here.
Be a lot of fun. The Whistle Sports Epic Tour rolls on. This weekend we're in Dallas for Oklahoma versus Texas. If you're in Dallas, hit me up on social media. Come hang out with us at the State Fair. Then next week we're shooting in Chicago, Green Bay, and then Michigan for Michigan State.
You get to go everywhere.
One day in Chicago.
So many frequent flyer miles.
I know. It's a
Jealous.
lot of RV traveling. And early heads up, Jacksonville. I'm going to be headlining the Jacksonville Comedy Club October 29th and 30th. So if you're in Jacksonville, hit me up. Please come out. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. We love you. We'll see you next week. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.